What up, Ranger Nation? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with a brand new review for Avataro Sentai DonBrothers, you guys. This is episode number 3. And before we go ahead and jump into this review, you guys, I just want you guys to do me a favor. If you guys are watching this video or any other on the channel, do me a favor by liking this video, subscribing to my channel, turning on your post notifications, and sharing the video. And you guys, Ranger Nation, with that out of the way, let's discuss Avataro Sentai DonBrothers episode number 3, shall we? Alright, guys, so this episode we see Kitoka. So she is at work and she's still wondering about Momotaro, right? She's wondering where is he at this point, right? Now, I want to say this. I freaking love this theme song. I have been listening to it front to back. I love the theme song, you guys. So, we then see Sorrow Brother, right? And he is drinking this invisible sake. I was like, wow, invisible sake. Because they asked him, because 2 people were with him, they were like, what are you doing? He was like, drinking sake, invisible sake. So people call him Professor. He says that's a nickname for him, right? He didn't go to school. He doesn't have a job. So people just call him that. I'm like, wow, people call him a professor. So what we do see is people are paying him for his advice, right? You know, he gives people advice. They pay him with, you know, they it's a barter. It's a barter, basically, right? He provides a service to them. They provide him with, you know, payment. So I did realize that I was right when it comes down to the glasses. Those glasses do hold a curse for those who are wearing those glasses, right? Because since he's got his glasses, his home has suffered an earthquake. All of the lighting in his home has been stolen. I was like, wow, that's very interesting, right? So then we later see him in the episode, and there are 2 young boys, right? One of them is crying over his lost soccer ball, right? So he transforms and he goes and gets that kid's soccer ball, and he returns it to him, right? So then we see Kitoka. So she's drawing, right? But she's like, you know, if I do draw this, then people are going to think that I plagiarized this one as well, right? So then she blames all of this on Momotaro, and then the doorbell rings, and lo and behold, it is Momotaro there, right? So she asked, so he, you know, she yelled to her aunt that, you know, that they needed to pay for the package. Her aunt told her, you take care of it, basically, right? So she did. He was still standing there, and she's like, why are you still here? Like, did she ask him, do you do dishes? So he comes in and he's doing the dishes, right? So then out of nowhere, her aunt comes and her aunt slaps some handcuffs on him. And he was like, what's up with the handcuffs, ma'am? Like, I like kinky stuff, but I don't like it this kinky with somebody that I don't know, right? So she tells him she's arresting him for being a thief, right? And then she calls him Black Bear. He says Polar Bear, right? So what it is there's a black bear, I guess, deliveries, you know, postal delivery service, right? That's going around and stealing everyone's light fixtures, right? But once again, he's Polar Bear, not Black Bear. So then she asked him, well, why don't you help me find the person that is stealing all of these light fixtures? So he's on the job, right? So I'm going to pause here, you guys, and I'm going to keep going. All right, you guys. So then we see later him and Kitoka, right? So at one point, she asked him, has he, you know, heard of someone named Momotaro, right? He didn't say anything. Well, he did say something. He told her no, right? So then after that, she decides, okay, well, how about this? How about I go on a route with you? So that way, if you see him, I see the person as well, right? So he tells her no, but he does tell her that they have a bond with each other, right? And then he proceeded to introduce himself, which him telling her that they had a bond and trying to introduce himself to her threw her off, and she was like, don't do it. So then we see them on their search, right? So after, you know, they're doing their courier work, right? So they leave one place, and then they're driving, and then they notice, well, Momotaro noticed the black bear, right? And he looked he looked very possessed, right, when he was driving that damn car. because when the guy is driving the car, he looks possessed, right? And the guy is stealing all these light fixtures because he wants there to be total darkness, right? And I'm kind of confused as to why he wanted total darkness, because that's the interesting thing, to want total darkness. So they do some more deliveries, right? And then when they went to this one place, these two creeps pulled her into the apartment and wanted her to play with them. I was like, no, that is not cool. Like, absolutely not, right? So Momotaro comes in and he puts a stop to it, right? He flicks something at one and he flicks something at the other, right? So next, we see them, right? So they're putting up some lights, right? And then Kitoka, she recognizes Momotaro, right? So then she asks him about Momotaro, and he ignores her. Maybe I got ahead of myself earlier, but hey, yeah, it's all good. So then she gets home to her place, right, to find out that all of the light fixtures in their place have been taken, right? So then she sees on the ground, she finds Momotaro's badge. She picks it up and she reads it, and it says Momotaro, right? So then the next day we see them there, and she asks him, so you're Momotaro, right? He says yes. She said, why come you never told me? He says, because you never asked me. Had you asked me, maybe I would have told you what my name was, right? Okay, so this is the point where they were driving and they passed the thief, right? And then this is, like I said, he was driving that van and he had his hands so clutched onto the wheel, he's just driving, right? And like I said earlier, he looked hella possessed, right? The man just looked possessed like it ain't shit, right? So at this point, they're en route to follow that driver, right? But he started weaving in and out of traffic, getting away from them, right? So now I don't know if this was now you guys can tell me in the comment section, because I never watched Shokuger, so I can't say if that little figure that he used to help him, was that from was that something similar to Shokuger? If so, guys, let me know in the comment section. But I'm gonna pause here and I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the episode, you guys. All right, you guys. So they were able to stop, the thief, right? So once they stopped him, every Momotaro and Kitoka, they got out of their car, right? And they transformed and they started to battle with him, right? Now it's interesting with them battling because it was just them at one point, right? It was just Momotaro and Kitoka, right? But then they were joined by the other three as well. Now, one thing I do want to say, especially when it comes to Kiji Brother, right? Kiji Brother, I'm still questioning, why did they make Kiji Brother CGI when you show an actual suit? Because in one scene in this episode, they showed an actual suit, and I was just like, so what was the purpose in having a CGI character versus an actual, real suit? Now I noticed that they don't show one with the black, right? They don't show they show a CG. They show the actual helmet when it's time, when they showed it last week, right? But with Kiji Brother, they literally show, like when Kiji Brother was fighting at one point, you go from CGI to real life, right? And it's just very interesting to me that they do that, right? And then there's I will say though, with them transforming into the past Ranger teams, I do like that. It's a lot different from Gokaiger, right? That's Super Mega Force's counterpart, right? Gokaiger. It's a lot different from Gokaiger because I didn't watch all of Gokaiger. I watched some of Gokaiger, just not all of it. But I do know, and even with Super Mega Force, right? When the girls, I'll say our girls' names because they're the only names that I know. Emma and Gia, right? Well, I actually do know Luca. I know her name. Luca the Yellow. I don't know what the Pink Ranger's name was, but I do know Luca. And with the difference, the thing that I like about Avataro Sentai DonBrothers and the difference between Gokaiger is with Gokaiger, I guess I actually like that. I like it with both of them incorporated when it came to male-female counterparts, man-woman counterparts. I'll say that, right, to be politically correct. With the man and a woman counterpart, the thing that I liked about both of them is with Gokaiger, if say the girls, Emma, Luca or Gia transformed into their counterpart that was a male. So let's say, from the Power Rangers standpoint, right? Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. If Luca and Gia had transformed into the Yellow Ranger, they would then get a skirt, right? Same with Lost Galaxy, Lightspeed Rescue, Time Force, Wild Force. SPD, neither pink or yellow, had a skirt. Wild Force. Both Mystic Force Rangers had a skirt. Mystic Force. Operation Overdrive, if they changed into yellow, she would have a skirt. Operation Overdrive, no, we don't have to worry about Jungle Fury. RPM, don't have to worry about that either because both girls had a skirt. Samurai, both girls had a skirt, right? Did both girls have a skirt in Samurai? Yes. Samurai, Megaforce both had a skirt. And obviously Gokaiger had a skirt, right? But the thing that I like about, the thing that I do definitely like about Don Brothers is the fact that Kiji brother, with him being a Pink Ranger, when he transforms into any past Pink Ranger, he then gets their skirt. And I really do like that. I definitely enjoy that aspect, right? I like it. So, like I said, the team, they're battling with this monster as well as the foot soldiers, right? And I've already talked about the fact that I like how Kiji's brother, he has to wear a skirt. Like, get used to it, bruh. Get used to it. So, the other bad guy. Now, if you guys know the villains' names, feel free to leave them in the comment section for me, so that way I will know their names. But the lady, the woman, she shows up and she's a badass, right? She's a badass. So she shows up, and so it's kind of like the first episode again, right? Remember in the first episode when Kitoka's friend had transformed into one of those monsters, right? He was defeated, right? But then in last week's episode, the lady that wanted to be young again, she wasn't destroyed, right? She returned to her normal self. And then in this week's episode, the person that was the monster, he was deleted, right? And I was like, wow. So I wonder if it's gonna have a back and forth, right? I wonder if it's gonna be a back and forth with that, if they return to their normal selves or if they're just gonna be deleted. And also, I do wonder, are the people that have been destroyed or deleted, are they gone for good, or is there a possibility that they could come back at the end, right? That is a question that I have. But hey, that's it for me. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode. Please leave your comments in the comment section below, you guys. Subscribe to the channel and turn on your post notifications so that way you guys are notified of when I drop anything else. Until the next time, Ranger Nations and Toku Nation, stay safe out there, you guys. Please take care of yourselves. Remember to wash your hands, wear a mask, socially distance, you guys. Be blessed, and I'll catch you guys later. I'll see you guys again for Power Rangers Dino Fury, episode number 4, you guys. Or is it 3? No, it's 4. It's 4. All right, you guys. Bye, guys.